Hey, guys, what is up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, let's get in, let's get into this today. Oh man, I guess in case you were very busy this weekend, Jason came back. He put some videos, and I would like to speak about them because, uh, well, I have a lot of opinions. Here, 1 second. See, the thing is, he's acting right that he's been in this shelter, I guess, this whole time, and now that big that his ex, the person that he abused children with, are going to be going to the same shelter. Now, on many levels, that is not true, and I'm going to call this out now. I think a lot of this is testing to see if people will be okay with it. I mean, I hate to say, I think some people are actually going to be correct in the fact of thinking they're just going to fix that house up and the uncle's going to give it right back to them. Why? It's not like she just did this one time. This is multiple houses, multiple houses. But so this is what was, let me zoom this in. So this was what Jason put on a thing. He said that, thank you, Chrisa. I talked to Shanny today. Now this was like this was like a day before he made those videos. So I guess on Friday, she told me she wanted out of that place bad. And again, what place? The place she's in right now, that is making it so. Basically, she was in this place because she had nowhere to go, and now all of a sudden, now she has a problem. And then now she can admit her problems. Not only that, I bet you she doesn't need to use that bucket anymore. I don't know why he would want to deal with that though, man. Like, I'm reading what you guys are saying in the chat, and I agree. Rev's he mentally ill. He's messed up. Maybe he likes the pain. But it's so funny because his old buddy G-Man said the same thing. Jason has never been alone. Like alone. Like that short time he was alone after his mom passed when he was in Pennsylvania, that was very, very, very short. So I think just him being alone is making him think of all like the good times, but he should think about those bad times. No matter how people want to think about how he was pushed to, have the police come and ultimately kick her out of the home, it shouldn't have had to have been there. But we're going to get into some of these videos, and I'm going to get my chat back up. I don't know why the chat is not there, but if you're new here, thanks. I appreciate you. And let's get into it. I want to give out some memberships today. I can give out 5, I found out, so that's cool. So here, I'm going to play the first video, and then I'll give out some memberships. So if you get, lucky you. And then we'll get back into it. But yeah, I was trying to change the background because I think this looks a lot better than what was up there. A little change. Haha.
What's up, guys?
And you know what? So let me give you guys a little background. Jason is, like, I guess, allegedly outside of a shelter, homeless shelter, which you are not allowed to film. You're not even supposed to be filming the exteriors if you want to get down to it. If you want to look up the law about it, it's like a filming an Alcoholics Anonymous center. It's anonymous. It's for people that are down on their luck. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know I can give 10 per month, but I figure 5 at a time might be better.
It's the Reverend Wizard. Why did I call myself that? Because, well, this cloak around this area now,
Look at that hat.
has made me be called the Wizard. So I embrace that. and I will take it. I hope all you guys are doing well. Me? How am I? I'm blessed every day. This is my home.
Yeah, so, okay. Thanks for showing us that, Jason. Tell me.
Yeah, I got no permanent roof over my head. But God finds a way every day to show me that he still loves me. So that's pretty cool. And I got coffee. And I got cigarettes. Because of one angel out there.
Like, I really want to, and when he means angel, he's talking about somebody still giving him money. I really want to see the dynamic of what's going to happen with this. Think about that. She moves in. She stays in the shelter all day while Jason goes outside and tries to look for a job. Because that's how these shelters are all set up. In case you don't know, they will take you, but from like 6 a.m. until like dinner time, you have to be out looking for a job. Come back sober. No Delta. No nothing. I don't think she can do that. And even if they had her on some sort of SSRI meds, right? She's gonna have a problem with people. Whoever, the counselor, other homeless people there. She's going to make drama. Why? Because just like her old late mom Betty would say, my daughter likes the drama. That's my daughter. She likes the drama. And, you know, sometimes people give her the drama. Like, yeah, Betty, I fucking see it. And that's my thing. I don't think she could have no drama in her life. But at the same time, I don't think she can adhere to the rules of go out, get a job, and come back at the end of the day. So it's going to be very interesting. I don't know. I feel like all this is just because the fact that he's going back to this after he lost everything says it all. And if what the rumors I'm hearing are true and that uncle's fixing that place up, she put the holes in the wall. She took a shit on the floor. And if you put that animal back in there, in the cage, the animal is going to get scared and shit on the floor again. You know, it's the animal's fault, and the animal probably needs to be put down. needs to learn some tools on how to live. And like, for real, if all of this was just to, I don't know, because we got no resolution. You know, that's why I stopped making those videos, because I'm like, I thought we were gonna have a resolution. We were gonna have an end to this. You know, the ending. Long story short, don't abuse children. Don't put that online. Don't interview kids that have been abused because, you know, they have some mental things going on. Especially if you're mental yourself. It's like the whole thing is very hypocritical. Very looking into a mirror type energy. But we learn. And then we try to learn from that. But for this, just to go back to, okay, we're back to square one. We're back together. I don't see the point of any of this was.
And because of that, Angel, I supply homeless people around here with a lot of cigarettes, too.
Oh, no, you don't, you liar.
So, who was it? I can't remember which reaction, whatever channel said it. But they're like, guaranteed Rev is going to be live streaming soon. No. But I decided to give you a video here. Because you do deserve that. Somebody said, "What? Oh, we've been here for years, Rev, with you. Supporting you. And you can't even make a fucking video for us." Well, I'm making the fucking video now. Ravioli, what the fuck is the deal? I'll tell you what the deal is.
Yes, what's the deal?
I'm homeless.
I don't believe that.
Since I told you the eviction thing and the not eviction, the fucking condemning of the house, I've been on the street. And I've learned a lot about life. Holy shit.
And you know, and this is another thing for people that don't know. Again, I'm not trying to pry into these people's lives, but they do lie. Jason lies a lot, and we just need to separate these lies. So, what do I know for a fact? I know for a fact that the uncle has a crew of people in there, turned the power on weeks ago, and has been fixing the place up. What else do I know? I know that when he was approached about what are you looking for as a number? What are you looking for as, your end game with this home? What are you looking as far as getting, let's get this off your hands, an extra burden, taxes, all that. He was not interested, which to me is very, it's very telling. It's very telling for the people that had that in their mind that they're just going to go back to that house. You know what? I'll give it to them. They might have been right about that. And there, see how easy that is? Hey, you were right about that. My bad. Because the thing is, I cannot believe what was the point of all this? Just to, like forever, your family's name, that house is going to be tarnished with what went down. Oh my God, that tooth. You gotta see a dentist, Jason. But anyway, there was no resolution. It's gonna make, be a laughing stock for that whole town. Oh, don't go near that house. That was the house where the lady was shitting in the bucket. And to go right back to it, I don't know. I feel like there's, like, what's wrong with the uncle? I know Uncle Tommy's like 78 years old, and like it's not that old, It's funny, when I was like 20, I'm like, damn, that's old, but like over 40, I'm like, it's not that old. He still got a few more years in him.
I was a spoiled brat kid.
Yes, I agree.
Brat, but I was spoiled as fuck. And I'll tell you, what people go through on the street is fucking insane, especially in Scranton, PA. Because I'm going to tell you that there are not many services or anything that you would call support for the homeless population here very much.
Yeah, I wonder why, Jason. I wonder why. First of all, fuck you. Second of all, you have no idea. You are in a nice part of Scranton, PA. All right? Try being in like Kensington, Philadelphia, or like, like in Spanish Harlem in New York. Try to be like in a city area and say that same nonsense, or everyone's like looking at the ground, all high on fentanyl, ready to rob you. You are in a yes, I love hearing about your homeless plights, but you, for real, you don't know a damn thing, man. I've seen stronger people out for years living on the street, fucking army vets, because they couldn't get their benefits or whatever it was. But I saw it, and you're just like, yeah, I've done some. You've done like what, maybe 2 months, and it seems like you're going outside because they say go find a job, and then going into a warm bed at night in a shelter. No, that's not homeless. Homeless is literally you are on the street. You have no idea what it's like. You're breaking into abandoned factories, and you have to light a big barrel for warmth because you don't got a big to lay next to you at night to keep you warm. That's what homeless is.
With that being said, the main reason I'm making this video, it's
because you're crazy.
It's going out to Shanny.
What? Why? Oh, you mean that woman that you said bled all over your grandma's fucking bed? Huh? You ruined my grandma's couch. You ruined her bed. Where's that energy, man? 2 months away from her, and all the brainwash is gone, man. You would have the German scientists, you would surprise them, man. Because I can't believe none of the negative. But that's how people are like, right? They always focus on the positive when their Stockholm abuse person is away. And you know what? Don't get me wrong. I blame both of them. There is no one over the other. Both of them are equally as bad. Equally as bad. He put hands on her kids. She stole his money, She mentally messed with him, took alcohol out of his life and then filled it with marijuana. She did a lot. There's definitely some mental abuse on both sides. But this is going out to her. Why? Where is she? Okay, so she's at least in a place where she can watch YouTube videos. Interesting.
Yes, it's going out to Shanny. And I made a post, right? I told you guys I contacted her healthcare coordinator.
Why? Well, just leave it, dude. Just leave it be. This was never meant to be, and it's probably best. You're still talking shit about her children. It's probably best to leave it be.
Well, she got back to me today in a text message. And she said, Jason, I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I can't tell you anything.
Yes, because you're not married, dickhead. Because you never were married. Maybe you were common law for like a year in Colorado, but you're not in Colorado. You never were married. You had enough money to be married, but you wanted to double dip and have the money and have her get the temporary assistance, which included EBT for those boys. It's really disgusting that you made fun of people that had to use EBT and temporary assistance programs when your girlfriend was doing the same thing, and that's why you didn't marry her. Good Christian couple.
So there you go. I'm not going to know what happened to Shanny. Get out of here. Somebody fucking called me while I'm making the video, so now I have to stitch the fucking video together. So Ann told me I can't tell you
but
shit,
hey guys, what's up?
Because
I see you in the chat.
She can't tell me anything. So if she can't tell me anything, there's no way I'm going to be able to find out anything about Shanny. I really, really wanted to know how she's doing. Because I'm going to be honest, I've had time to think about what happened between me and her. At the end, okay? All that crazy shit with the live streams, and then she started calling me a pedophile and a fucking rapist and all this fucking crazy shit and say I was small dick and all this fucking bullshit.
So if you can acknowledge that, why do you think it'll ever get better? In your many years with her, you know that it's always like a month or two, and then things go back to bad. A month or two, and things go back to bad. And I don't know what's up with that. That's something that you guys probably both collectively need to fix. But I would think you guys see each other like, in a public spot for months. First, don't have to be together because of the necessity that you don't have nowhere else to go or she don't have nowhere else to go. But I guess you have somewhere else to go, don't you? And like for real, like your uncle should sell that home because this is going to happen again. When there's no consequences to these actions, they're gonna happen again. But that's interesting. You can remember that, but you want to laugh it off like, oh, that's such crazy bipolar mania. No, man, that was someone that that was losing grip on you. And in their desperation, they can get scary and they can get violent. So violent, in fact, that the whole ruse that they can't walk and have to poop in a bucket just fell apart at the end. When she ran up, 2 flights of stairs, guys? Am I right? Close to right? That was something. She could run upstairs on her period, no less, and push you into her room, close the door, and sit down and say, we're having a conversation. You want to go back to that, Jay? You go right ahead, but no one's going to help you this time, It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Of course she did that. Like, why would I think otherwise? Why would I think that she would do anything else? No, of course, I would. And I knew she was going to do that when I did what I did. What did I do? I'll tell you what I did.
Yes, please tell. But hold on. Let's do this first. While I have enough here. Here we go. And that. Okay. I'm sending 5. All right. So congrats to Voice of Ghost, Christy Claw, and Undent Ramen And there should be 2 others, but yeah, I think I'll do 5 now, then like next week. So yeah, my videos are gonna be done now on Mondays. I figure that's just a good the easiest way to do them. So look out every Monday for a video. Okay, so I hope that helps everyone. If you want to set up around the same time every Monday will be my video time. Get a little bit the normalcy with my times because I know they've been sporadic. But congratulations,
I was
all.
really done with the
Yeah, no
relationship.
problem.
Done.
Done. I heard for a while that I could gift them out. I just didn't know how to do it until I looked into it. And then I think it's like 10 a month, 5 at a time. So I'm like, okay, do 5 this week, and then next week do another 5, and then every month I'll just give them out. Hopefully it's a win-win on both sides. But yeah, enjoy. Because there's a lot of videos that I have in my members for whatever reason. I just want to keep them private. Whether, I change my mind about some things or just don't want to deal with some stuff. I say what I say, and that's kind of how I do. But yeah, I hope you enjoy them.
And I knew that the only way that she would be okay with us being apart was if I went real negative on her. It was a huge mistake.
Dude, no, stop it. Hold on, let me hear that again.
Was if I went real negative on her. It was a huge mistake.
So you only were that negative, not because the push of a certain fat Yoshi. It wasn't because that had nothing to do with that.
That's a huge bitch.
They all are. It had nothing to do. But again, I feel like you needed that push, Jay, because she's so abusive. And you can't turn around and be like, oh, that was fake, performance art, got you all again. No, that was you. How could you say that was fake when I could hear you saying that stuff to her? That was a joke. That was deep down feelings that you've been feeling about that smelly, nasty woman who made you wipe her butt for years. She made you less than human, Jason. She did. And for you to be like, oh, what you did, maybe she did to me was awful, but what I did, that was a performance art. Ha! I don't know how that's going to win any points. You both did awful things. But the difference with you, Jay, is your brain will react like the way it does when it's fracturing. It's trying to make sense of the senseless. And I don't think you should deny your feelings, in my opinion. And I don't think you should dismiss that, because it'll come back with a vengeance. Revelina will come back with a force, folks.
And I regret it. And I hope Shanny sees this someday. Because why? What am I saying to you, Shanny? I'm saying to you that I only wanted the absolute best for you, ever. And since having time alone, a lot of time alone, and being lonely as fuck.
A lot.
Because that's the way it is when you're homeless. There's a lot of people around you when you're homeless, because you got to come together as a community. But it's also very lonely. If you don't have your girl out here with you, because there's some individuals
that
have their woman out here with them. That's fantastic. If you can go through this with another soul, that's fantastic.
Jason, but you're not thinking right. If she was out there, she would stay on the log outside, or you'd walk around scavenging. It's not like everybody else. Don't stop comparing you and a normal sized couple to what you have, because what you have is very abnormal. That's not fair. That's not even fair to you, man. You can't compare. And again, for you being a Christian, doesn't God talk about not coveting and not comparing? You break every commandment. I mean, I just love throwing that out there. I'm not the biggest Jesus person, but I do know some commandments, and I just think it's funny that he wants to portray himself as better than most people because he has God on his side. But he doesn't know any of the damn commandments.
But if you don't have somebody to go through it with, this is fucking death.
No, her beating you was death.
You saw in my post I said I spent a night with a guy in a tent.
What?
We cuddled. It's a guy, actually, he was a year below me in high school.
Yeah, but what did he do to you in high school? What?
It's a guy, actually, he was a year below me in high school.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I misheard that.
And, or maybe a couple years below me in high school, I'm not sure. And
you saw him again on the street? Hey, how you doing? I asked, just as good as you, apparently. Good catching up, right?
yeah, we cuddled. Why? We had to. It was like 19 degrees out.
Yeah, right. She ain't get shit in the bushes.
Going into the morning. We were in a kitty tent. And the thing was collapsing on top of our heads because it was like not that cold at the nighttime.
Okay, Jason. I hear you, man. I hear you with the fingerless gloves. But do you really think, like people are saying in the chat, Shanny can't live like that? You and her in a already broken tent. Her and her bucket issues, like, dude, this is so not feasible. I hope people say that to him. You know, like, what are you gonna do when she's screaming about that she needs soda and Mafabro and she needs it right now? Like, I feel like if this was like 5 years down the road and he ran into her like at a coffee shop and he has his own life together and living somewhere and so did she, and they just wanted to meet up for like a coffee, catch up, I feel like that's one thing. But to do it like this because they have nothing else, that's desperation. And this desperation stinks. It's a nasty cologne. I don't think Shanny could live this way. See, Jason can, because he's almost like a, you know, he's a cave dweller already, you know. He could sleep. He's like one of these people. He could sleep on the side of the road. I don't think she can, and she would cry about it. I'm surprised. Like, I'm still surprised she hasn't made a video. So the only thing that I'm guessing is that she's still in that hospital, and he's trying to figure out a way for them to get back together. But living like this, that's never gonna work. So it's like I don't get like what he's trying to do. Like, I think before she comes out, he wants to test the audience, see how everyone feels. Hey, how does the community feel about me being with Big again? And oh yeah, she did all that stuff. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, I took big parts in that too. You see that? He's already trying to apologize for things that really was not him to apologize. Nothing to apologize for, in my opinion. It was a guy that was broke and pushed to his levels. But like I say, both of them are toxic. So I think this is going to happen no matter what. If they have money, if he has a job, if everything's paid for. When they had money, they would fight. They're just toxic people no matter what situation they're in.
And it was raining all night. I did the neck thing. Laugh at that, motherfucker.
Ha ha ha.
Look at the Times building.
Okay, thanks for giving me your location. Again, like the only reason I'm thinking he's doing this is because the shelters do have strict laws. You know, everything has to be as anonymous as possible. You can't be like, oh, I'm here at a shelter, and then you see someone and they can trace back that person. And that can get Jason in a lot of trouble. So, you know, again, I was very curious when I heard about these videos. Like, he's outside filming from a shelter talking about Big is going to live with them. No fucking ways. Is this where she's going to live? Is that her homeless encampment?
That's Scranton, PA for you. This is my home. And I've been getting to know the streets, you know? It's a fucking cool place.
What about when you were younger? Why didn't you get to quote unquote know the streets? Damn, that tooth looks bad. That looks like he stuck a rock in there or like a pebble. You know what's even more telling about this? That the uncle didn't take him. If I don't know about him, but if this was me and I had a place and I was kicked out, blah blah blah, I'd go right to the uncle. I would go right to my uncle, be like, I guess I'm moving in because you are my family, and there would be no problem. They'd be like, yeah, I guess so. Let me make a bed for you. The fact that the uncle doesn't put him in here, didn't take him in, to me that feels like the uncle knew that he would eventually take her back, and he didn't want her moving into his house. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think.
I know this place way better than when I had a house here. Go figure. But I cuddled a man to get warm. And I'm going to tell you, it was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever experienced. Bizarre. Cuddling a man. Did I ever dream that I would cuddle a man for any reason? No. But I did, because I had to, because it was freezing.
It's hard to justify this.
What do I say to you, Shanny? I only ever wanted the best for you. You refused to accept that we were done in a relationship, and I was telling you I would even take care of you still.
Yeah.
But your mind was so fucked up at that time because of William. William caused all of...
Oh, yeah, yeah. And please, for any parents out there, trigger warning for what he's about to say. This is when Jason becomes Rev again. And this is when all that he made a mistake and he realizes the error of his haha ways goes out the window, in my opinion. Because all this stuff with the 18-year-old son and everything, well, her son, it's over, right? It's over. You can't take back when Will doing the interview. You can't take any of that, what he said. You can't take any of that back. But you don't have to add to it. And I don't know what's worse. Him keep talking shit about her, the kid that he kicked in the ribs. Look at his face. Or the fact that Shannon will take him back, no matter how many times he talks shit about her own son.
This. William caused our breakup.
That's not true. You caused it.
And I know I'm going to get so much hate for this.
I mean, maybe if you kept your hands to yourself and you didn't need to kick those kids and try to push out your male dominance, maybe that could have helped things. Maybe when Shannon say, "Well, why don't you discipline them? You're the father figure." You could have said, "Well, Shannon, I don't believe in that type of punishment, and the kids will just hate me." You know, and so I'd rather teach them in a different way. You're like one of those guys that takes kids and smacks them in the hand real hard, right? That's you, Jason. You're like a hand smacker. Instead of trying to reason why a punishment's a punishment. Or you know what? Better yet, you could have taken the internet away. That's a great punishment. The internet is messing with kids so bad. So I don't see why, okay, I'm going to take your laptop for an hour. That's the punishment. Not grabbing headphones and ripping them off his head and then kicking him in the stomach. Because that's normal, right?
How dare you attack her kid? Yeah, well, guess what? Her kid's an asshole.
So you're saying that it was his fault. He had it coming, huh? Even though everyone knows the only reason you attacked her kid is because you want to attack her and you're afraid of her. So you can have, whatever feelings you have about him, at least, at least you can actually, well, how am I trying to say this? This anger was not towards him. It was towards her. And I don't know why. Maybe because you're afraid. Maybe because you know she could kick your ass. But you chose to attack us, a weaker being, than to attack who you wanted to attack. Because that shows who you are. And I can't believe he still talks about this. Yeah, well, he's an asshole. Well, why is he an asshole? He, as far as I remember in that video, he was just sitting on the floor and didn't want to hear you guys fight for the millionth time, and put headphones on so he could muffle the sound.
He was seeking attention.
What?
Because he felt like he was ignored, which is ridiculous because Shanny would drop anything to talk to that boy.
Why is he? What is up with that? Why does he have one green finger? Is that the poop finger?
He went silent on her when he knows that kid is smart.
Chapstick.
He knows how much that would have fucked her up. And it did. Bad. And it did cause our breakup. It led to it. Because her depression after him going silent made her like she was dead already.
It kind of like how when you were going silent and she was yelling at you. But that's okay because that was performative. Dude, if you need to jump through all these hoops to justify why her children had to do what they had to do and why you had to do what you had to do, then maybe she's not worth it, right? Maybe it's this plateau is not worth doing because you're constantly failing it. But it's okay. It's not just you. Her own children can't pass this test. You ever think of it like that? Now you have to justify why. Oh, well, he went silent, and when she needs to talk, you need to speak back to her, and you're the jerk about that because you went quiet. What? He went quiet because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings even more. You would know that. You've dealt with that. The same thing. You dealt with this. I swear. Did he just go outside with a blanket and be like, "I'm homeless"? That's what this looks like. This looks so damn ridiculous. I do think it's funny though that he cut all his Revelina hair off. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if he gave it to sold it to make a wig or something.
So what am I saying to Shanny?
Yeah, what are you saying
I'm
to
really
Big
sorry about my behavior at the end. Because I was listening to troll women that were acting like, oh, we might like you and shit like that, to bait me into doing bad shit to you, Shannon. And I did it. And it wrecked both of our lives.
Okay, fine. But if that feeling, that energy was never there in the first place, I don't think the bait would have been so easy. Obviously, this was pent up from years of her attacking you and you just sitting there and taking it. So you can't just blame other people that you took bait when, it didn't seem like they really had to twist your arm.
Because we could have been in Uncle Tom's house a lot longer. There was no reason to condemn the house.
Shit on the walls, piss on the floor, holes, animal and or human feces in the kitchen. Should I keep going? Holes in the bathroom. You guys really love the holes in the bath. I don't know what the hell that what the hell they're doing up there. Not to mention she free bled all over the house, all over, even though she was, disabled and couldn't, she had to have a medical alert bracelet. What happened to that bracelet? Did it just sink into her neck? We haven't seen it. Let's look out for the bracelet. You lost those kids. No, besides those kids, those cats. You lost your cat, Jason. You don't care about that cat, huh? You don't care that when Shanny was asked about the cat, she says she didn't care either. But you love that cat. And it's just it's so funny. He forgets all these things. And if anyone was like, no hate, but what about the cat? So what about the home and all the money that she spent? He'd be like, I can't deal with this because he doesn't want to look at that. He just wants to remember the good times. But that's how everyone's brain is. They always forget about the bad, shitty, horrible time. Dude, you were letting her poop in a bucket in your uncle's living room, where your grandma would probably play Parcheesi and bridge. She's just sitting there. That is very disrespectful to your family. You talk about your family, the family line. Dude, your family line is done. She made sure to that when she shit all over everything in the front room.
Done. The pipes were good. It wasn't that messy.
Yes, it
was
was.
at the end because of all the crazy shit that went on. But it wasn't messy. There was no reason
She never
to
cleaned
condemn the house. They condemned the house
to get her out.
because it became such a problem with the police. And why was that? Because of the shit that I was pulling upstairs that triggered her so bad that she was starting to get physically violent again.
Okay, so let me get this straight. It got bad because you have a big fat behemoth downstairs that can't control herself. That if you say, she could say whatever she wants about you and your small baby carrot and everything, and we have to laugh at that. But if you say anything back to her, oh man, all day. And probably when the camera's definitely not rolling. So, dude, you hear that? That's no. Oh, I shouldn't have triggered her so bad. No, she should be able to take it to control herself. Why would you want to go back to a person that's uncontrollable? Hey, Jason, she seems like the person that if she had a weapon in her hand and you were just sleeping, she would do what her first thought would come to mind. Because, hey, it's not me. It's my bipolar, my whatever. I didn't do it. It was a moment of insanity. I wouldn't want to be around a person like that. Jason, if you allow her to do all that and come back to you, whatever's going to happen next, it will get worse. Mark my words.
So I am taking responsibility right now. And I'm saying directly to Shanny, I'm really sorry. Because I've been alone out here walking the streets, smoking cigarettes and whatever. And I've had time to really think about this. And I've wept, Shan. I've wept. I have cried a lot for you. Not because I miss our relationship. I don't. I don't miss that. I do miss the good times we had. I think about them with sorrow now. Because I do miss those good times with you. But I just wanted to make this video to take responsibility for being a fucking asshole. And getting on there with Fupa Cheese, the L chick, and Jules. And being really not okay with you. I was so fucked up in the head. And I wanted you to really fucking get it that I was done with our relationship.
Then be done. Be done now.
You just couldn't accept that. But now you have to. I forced that. Do I regret that? No. I don't regret that because I did not want a relationship with you anymore, Shan. I didn't.
What is this?
You'd become so fucking miserable that I couldn't see myself going forward in life with you anymore. That's what happened. Do I still have love in my heart for you? I will always have love in my heart for you.
I don't think you know what love is.
Your heart is good. You're sweet. And I wish you the absolute best in life, Shannon. The best. Peace and Maranatha.
All right, so that that's Pizza Marinara 1. Hold on. Then we got Pizza Marinara 2. Oh. Yeah, where he tells everyone's going to piss them off.
Hey, Mom. I see down the corner, Mom.
Yeah, so we have a shirt changed and a jacket changed. Just, keeping up.
That there's some good stuff we can lift. The sticky-handed bandits.
You know what? He might be in one of those places where they give you like free clothes that donations and stuff.
Yeah. Rev here. Looking like Joe Pesci in Home Alone. Because I traded jackets.
This is
I'm
ridiculous.
still the wizard, though. I made a trade for this jacket, which is fucking...
Oh, you traded it.
Damn. So I have a development for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Wow. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm going to talk about what's going on in my life. Why? Because I want to talk about what's going on in my life. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to talk about it. I got a call from somebody yesterday.
Why didn't you block her number?
Who? Take a guess.
Big
Her name
Shanny.
starts with an S.
Satan.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, this weather is fucking... At least it's not raining. I got a call from Shanny yesterday. And I just got off the phone with Shanny. Why does shit always start happening on this goddamn alleyway when I fucking start making a video? Holy shit. I was following the lust of my heart when I started to focus on and wanting to be with Ezzy.
Who didn't exist.
And as I'm speaking in this video right now, I have not told her about this. Have I been in contact with Ezzy this whole time? Yeah. I told you guys that she was out of the picture. I lied to you. Deliberately lied to you. Because I know that you fuck with people's fucking families all the time. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, me and Ezzy were in a relationship. And you guys were right.
That she was fake.
You catfished me with those.
All right, so then how are you guys still talking and everything if she catfished you?
Pictures.
Oh,
That
the
wasn't
pictures.
her.
Well, dude,
And-
dude, it's in the age of AI. Yeah, it's gonna be nobody these days. You get to meet someone face to face, not online.
That was the main
Especially for you, because you got some, haha mental problems. It's probably best for you to, meet your dude, face to face.
thing that attracted me to her was her looks. That's the
Dude, he is so damn shallow right here. By the way, he's gonna talk about how, excuse me, he only wanted her for her looks, and if Ezzy is not real and Ezzy doesn't have those looks, then he's just gonna go back to Shanny. Like he's a real shallow person with this comment.
truth. We talked once on the phone, and I felt like we had a very good spiritual connection. And yeah, we jive, me and the real person that's named Ezzy. We jive. But the fact of the matter is that her life, she's got her own life. And let's just say she can't find much time to talk to her boyfriend.
then she has another boyfriend.
So, I'm making a decision. I made the decision, not too long ago, I made the decision. That I was walking from Sheets back to the place that I spend the day. And I looked up in the
Probably
sky,
a man, yeah.
and I said, Lord, is Shanny the woman that I was meant to be with in my life?
No.
And he said to me very clearly, duh. How many signs do I have to show you to make you understand that that is your girl? Fucking wind.
But you said all that,
The
but all that, you know, you didn't want to be with her and stuff. He's a very confusing person.
weather here has been absolutely horrible and nuts. So what do I got to tell you? Shanny was in a mental facility. Is in a mental facility. Her healthcare coordinator is useless. Let's just say that. She got her put in there just so she had a roof, and she's going nuts in there.
She's going nuts in the nut house. And she's abusing the system for a place to live. That's pretty much what you're saying, right?
So she called me yesterday saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get out of the situation. She's been in that place 2 fucking months straight.
Dude, okay, you had years to put her somewhere, you somewhere. That's the thing. Instead of her making all those videos attacking him at that time, she could have been working with like homeless solutions where they could have put her in an apartment until she figured things out. But she chose the stupid route and having to go to a facility and say that she's going to do this and that to herself because she has nowhere else to go.
There was no way I was going to hang up on her and block the number. There's
Why
just
not?
no way I was going to do that. Why? Because I have a goddamn conscience.
But you don't have one but you don't have one when you're smacking Zach and William, when you're kicking them in the stomach, punching them in the ribs, and you know, grabbing their hair and saying that they're gonna get their ass beat because you put a cat in a box, because you're just like that type of guy. Okay, so you have no problem threatening kids. You ladies, any single ladies out there, his problem is with your children, not with you specifically.
Care who gets pissed off at me. I don't give a fuck. This is my life, not yours. And I'm not going to make horrible decisions and have bad character for you. You can fuck yourself.
While you say this while poor on the street, man, you had 700 grand. You think I'm going to feel sorry for you? Most people will never see 700 grand. Multiple houses to nothing because you gave some big woman control of your finances. And it seems like you're going to do it again. You had to condemn a friggin' house to get her out. And you would go back to that? Dude, there is no saving you, huh? There is no fixing this. You like this because you were just lonely. Dude, fuck off. It's called life. It's called the older you get, the more lonely you're going to be. Lonely. Okay, so have her bipolar you out and stuff with your mania and all that stuff. That's worth it, right? But again, I don't know. I don't see it happening. I don't see her sitting there in a homeless shelter while Jason's out there trying to pretend to look for a job. But I don't know. Every time I've looked into it, just and again, folks, I always say, don't observe the poo, don't touch the poo, don't go personal lives, don't go real life. I'm not a real life person. Don't do that. But I wanted to know, and where he is that allowed? And it's kind of up in the air. If Jason goes into the shelter and says that he was with her and she just has no place to go, they might accommodate. But if Jason brings up the child abuse, the domestic abuse, the drinking, the lying, the fact that Shane just likes to get nude for to win arguments, yeah, that could put a damper on the whole thing. So again, it's how he approaches the shelter and if he explains to the shelter what has been going on. And believe me, I am sure people are going to do that. I'm not, but I know how the world works. I know how the internet works. I'm sure they already know about her.
So this day shelter here in Scranton that I have been spending my days, Shanny's going to be coming here. And we were talking on the phone. Me and her are meant for each other. We just are.
How is this going to happen?
We jive so perfectly together.
If he thinks that they're just going to allow her to sit in the shelter all day when that's against their rules, she's going to get kicked out. She'll get kicked out in a day. That's the one. Don't come in there under the alcohol or drugs, and you have to leave the whole day program. That's why he's outside. They lock the doors. Get out. Look for a job. So she's just gonna sit on the steps all day. I don't believe that. But I guess I'll wait and see.
It was so good to hear her voice.
Stockholm,
because
folks.
Ezzy is absent.
Fake.
I was putting everything into the communication, sending her gifs of, I love you, honey, all this in the morning, and there's barely any communication with her. Like, yeah, she'd say, oh, I love you, but it's empty. She barely ever talked to me on the phone.
You don't think that's weird? See, Jason was expecting that she was going to take over that role. Because and Shanny's a big role to take over, but even through the negativity, Jason was used to the back and forth banter of him and her. And Ezzy doesn't do that. See, Ezzy, that's why you're a bad troll. You have to learn back and forth banter. I don't care if you make an AI robot to do back and forth banter with him. Figure that out, because now he's slipping back into big.
I was putting everything into it, and she was giving me 2%.
2%
so,
milk?
Big announcement. Shanny for Christ and Revelation News are back together.
Back together, homeless. All right. Let me put this one on, and I guess that'll be it for today. Man, again, I'm always surprised, Jason. But this probably looks good because you're definitely losing your hair. Sorry.
Warm fucking day today. So that's a fucking blessing. I had a guy in a suit come up to me and say, "What the fuck is that? You're wearing this fucking shirt. What is wrong with you?" He was a really nice guy, though.
I can't tell what he's saying. But yeah, I just want to make sure everyone knows that as long as the places will take you, but you are gone all day and it's early. I don't see Shannon going outside 6 a.m. trying to look for a job. Can't walk. Oh, who's going to be carrying the bucket? It'll be them with the bucket down the street. And believe me, people, don't put $1 in there because they are not looking for donations. Not in that bucket. I'm sure they have a whole other bucket.
He's like, "You pray the rosary?" I said, "No." He said, "There's power in prayer." I know that. I fucking know that.
Rev Baldina.
Oh, you're fucking satanic. You're definitely satanic. Nobody listens to lyrics and songs.
Yeah, I think it looked better when Shanny shaved his head.
They don't do that. They don't listen to what the fucking singer's saying. That's what Kurt Cobain was saying. So we have constant fucking wind here. Oh, it's so awesome to have just constant wind. But man, it's beautiful out. It's beautiful. So I broke up with Ezzy. Wow. Yeah, I did. I broke up with Ezzy. Why? Because I'm not going to be an asshole. Shanny's coming back here, and I know we're going to be together. There's no way we're not. 0 chance we're not going to be together. So I broke it off. And I didn't want to because, why? Well, it's called bloodline. There aren't many of us Egroffs on the fucking planet. Not many at all. And my particular fucking bloodline is going to be dead now. She was my hope, Ezzy, to have a child. I've been fucking weeping because I know I'm dead. Might as well kill me now. My bloodline's gone. Whoa, 3 pennies. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 pennies. Pennies are worthless now. You know, the stores won't take them. They don't even feel like currency. So let's hang out. All right. Pirate Bay. Oh man, Pirate Bay. You know, the fucking site where you can just download shit, right? Wow. And if you tell me not to drink, you can go fuck yourself. I'm dead as a human. I have no bloodline. I will not have a child. So fuck yourself if you tell me not to drink. It's part of the reason, you know, I had this in my head. Never. So just kill me. Why am I even here? What's the fucking purpose of this? No purpose, none. There's no goddamn purpose to life. Suffer and die. That's a purpose.
Man, this wind sucks.
Die. Wow, isn't that fun? Oh. More constant fucking wind.
But yeah, this is what most people do that are in these places. In my life, that's what I used to see. They would just leave and then come back at the end of the day and say, oh, I couldn't find a job. But even that, they give you a couple weeks. And if you don't find anything, they'll find one for you. So I don't see how Shannon could do this. Jason could live this life being gone all day. He'll just be outside and then come in. And then maybe they might get him a temp job. I don't see... Shannon's going to get kicked out of this. There's no way that she's going to be... They're not just going to let her sit there. Because you know what? They have a lot of other big people that are trying to sit there, and they're like, no, you need to go. I am curious what's going to happen. But whatever happens, like I said, I'm going to be doing Mondays. So, you know, usually by Monday, I'll have enough content to work with.
Cocksucker!
What?
Jason,
Jason needs to be in the fucking
so my
loony bin.
bloodline is dead. Do I care about that? Yeah, I care. Oh my God. My liquor just spilled for the fucking wind.
Oh, yeah, he just said he's out there drinking. Oh my God. You know what? Again, this might be a setup. Dude, like I said, I know these places. I know these places, and what, you know, a lot of people will just, hey, we have no place to go. They give you a cot, you know, it gets booked, you know, so like the first couple of people in there, that's why you can't be in there all day, because the room they might have you in the day might not be there at night if you don't come back. Now, these are just cots in one big ass room, you know? Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, uh-oh. We got it, folks. We got it. Yo, there were some keen-eyed viewers out there, and we got it. My God, Jason. I don't. Jason, here, bravo. Let me just say, bravo. You were able to now potentially get kicked out of this program because you're on a live stream drinking. Yes, points to the brain trust. Whoever had that on their bingo card, you won. You put that in there. Jason, what is it going to be on live stream? Drinking vodka. My God. Again, I give it to you, keen-eyed viewers. You guys got better eyesight than me. So whoever called that out, good on you. Let's continue.
Been telling me all day, stop drinking, Jay. Stop fucking drinking. Yes, I agree. I'm on the street with no hope, and my bloodline's dead. What do you want from me, cocksucker?
He sounds like a vampire.
What do you want?
My bloodline is dead. Ha!
This is
vicious drunk.
So it beats, his brain goes down like water.
Ugh. Drinking that shit straight.
I tried to give the last bottle of this away 5 times.
they, didn't,
Have it.
they didn't want it. Dude, look at you. Making a mess in your own town that you love.
I broke up with her.
Oh, okay. He's spiraling,
Sends
folks.
me emojis, like crying emojis and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I feel that too. But I am not going to be a piece of shit asshole and have Shanny here. We're gonna fuck. We're gonna be together.
How?
There's no way it's not gonna happen. I've been with Shanny 8 fucking years.
All right, ew. First of all, you're so fucking gross. And secondly, how? They're gonna have you, unless you guys are outside, and she's in there right now? Again, I find this hard to believe that she's sitting in a building when they make people go outside and look for work, and you're outside fucking drinking vodka. What type of shelter is this, Jason? Like, seriously.
I'm a dog shit fucking asshole.
Jason, go in a like corner.
Torture me with the weather every day, but he won't fucking kill me.
I wonder whose decision was it to cut his hair.
Talk. What's it like being homeless, Rev? It fucking blows. But it's a blessing too.
Those teeth are yellow.
And it's a blessing. Why? Because you meet a lot of cool people. The weather sucks ass below. I'll tell you that. But Scranton, PA, you know, Scranton, PA, the Times Building. There it is.
You keep saying that. Does that mean something?
So, I used to go to that bank when I had money. That bank right there. First Trust Bank. Yeah, I went there a lot to get my money.
What's up the faces? My money. Dude, this is how you get kicked out of these places.
Yeah.
They make you sign a paper. No drinking, no drugs.
Oh, this is a good spot. This will be the spot where me and Shanny, when she gets here, we'll be fucking here. I'm gonna put her on that. If she's
What?
She said, Jason, you know.
Oh my, sorry about the wind, folks, but I think what I'm getting at, he said it was because of lice. What was because of lice everywhere? What are you talking about? oh, his hair? Oh, okay. Or because he's losing it, you know? He's balding. But, like, I'm telling you. Okay, so a long time ago, I asked somebody, hey, why is so-and-so on the street? There's a shelter, blah, blah, blah. And they said because they don't want to adhere to the rules. What are the rules? The rules are no drinking, no drugs, no sex, Jason, by the way. You could say common law marriage, but you don't have no, you guys never did that too, so you're not really married. So it seems like in his imagination, they're gonna run over to this thing because he thinks she's not 500 pounds, and they're just gonna like have sex in this dirty area of Pennsylvania. But I'm gonna get back to it. Oh, dude, he's gonna fail. The thing is that a lot of times they have what you call surprise inspections. They'll piss in this cup, whatever, and if you refuse, they can kick you out. Remember, they don't need to deal with you. They ask you for simple things: no drinking, no drugs on our premises. It's not even for them. It's so they don't make a nuisance for the other homeless people that are in there. You know what I mean?
I've been walking around, and I'm a lot more fit. You think OnlyFans, you know? I put Shanny over that.
Ew, no, please.
Whoa. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really happy that I'm not going to be with Ezzy because she's going to find a cool fucking dude. Hey, God, fuck yourself with this weather. planet is run by Satan. So, let's talk about Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. What a piece of fuck
What is this? Where is he?
shit.
It's an old boarded up building where he's gonna have sex with Shanny in the front.
Let's just ignite wars around the Middle East like, Satan. Yeah, that's what he's doing. You're not gonna get any new wars with me. I'm a bigly good president. No wars guaranteed.
Bigly
Yeah, right,
good?
you fucking asshole. You're a Mason. You're a fucking Mason. Of course you're igniting the Middle East in fire. Piece of fucking shit. I wish I never voted for you, Donnie. 2016 Donnie is very different from 2026 Donnie. Yeah, why? Because he's a Mason. He played his role. Fucking asshole. President cunt. President cunt. Oh, that's it. We're gonna call Donald Trump President cunt.
Man, look at this spiral.
He's a bitch. He caved to his little fucking rulers called the Masons. What a fucking bitch. I thought you called yourself a populist. For the people. Let's do all we can. For the people. Yeah, right. You fucking asshole. You liar. You scumbag. Let's go bomb Iran. Bomb, 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 bomb Iran. John McCain. May God rest his soul. You know. He's a veteran. A true conservative. Unlike you, Donnie. What a fucking loser. Oh, we're gonna bomb Iran. Bomb it more. I am so powerful. I am the most powerful motherfucker on the planet. No, you're not. Look at the sun. Can you control the sun, Donnie? Huh? You fucking loser?
Is this
No, you
is this
can't.
Rev's new house?
The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. What a bitch. Everything's on your daddy's money, Donnie. You fucking loser.
Do they got no toothbrushes
yeah,
at this
let's
place?
go bomb a country for no fucking reason. Cool. Well done, Mr. President. Loser. Alex Jones. What are you saying these days, Alex?
Yeah,
I saw a post.
what do you call it? He
on
cycles
YouTube
so
saying,
fast.
Alex Jones leaves Trump for Iran war. I really hope that's the fucking case, Alex. You call Trump what he is, a traitorous motherfucking piece of fucking shit. Call him that. Oh, he got political. Yeah, I got political. Because our country's falling apart. You see the fucking price of gas?
You don't drive. You don't
Oh,
drive. What do you
shit.
care?
$4 a gallon here. $4 a gallon? Why?
$400 a gallon. That sucks, especially when you have stolen car insurance. but care about that $4 a gallon. You're funny,
We got
Jason.
a new war, a new firestorm of wars in the Middle East. Wow, big fucking surprise. All right, politics done.
That's weird though that he's bringing all this up about Ezzy. I know that shirt was given to him by the trolls. That's named Ezzy allegedly, but it's just weird because Shanny does not like that shirt. So it's just weird that he's saying that he's done with Ezzy and all that, but he's still wearing the shirt that she gave him or sent to him.
Crying, weeping like a little fucking baby. Why? Because I broke up with Ezzy, and I am not going to have a child. I'm not. I'll be with my love, though, Shanny.
Jason, you don't even know if you can have children. You don't know if you're shooting blanks. Have you ever went to one of them sperm banks, or whatever, just to see your count? You have no idea. So you shouldn't base, I'm not gonna have children anymore, on just another woman. And you should go. But again, you don't have any money. But when you did, you could have done all that. It's just so funny. He's basing if he's gonna have children or not on dating this person. And that's all that she is in his mind, a person to procreate with, not a human being, not someone to talk about his fears, his secrets, his desires, his, fantasies, whatever. It's literally just someone to procreate with. And because she's not talking every 2 seconds online, then he doesn't have time for her.
Dude. You better believe you're in the end times. You better believe that you need Jesus Christ in your heart right now. Jesus is the ark. He's the Son of God. Wow, look at that. He's the Son of God. He is God in flesh. In Genesis, when God said, "Let there be light," there was a body. How can God say, "Let there be light," if he doesn't have a mouth? He had a mouth. Jesus Christ was pre-incarnate from the very beginning. He was before there was an is. The firstborn and the first of creation.
All right, but how about before there was an is? That is was an alien, and the alien was saying all that shit. Huh? Huh? Alien? Alien? No? Yes? Maybe? You guys let me know in the comments. Alien?
Thank you, Jamal. You meet some amazing people out here, okay? When you're fucking homeless.
Yeah, and it's only gonna get worse if you keep drinking. So, but you'll see when they kick you out.
Daddy, could you do something about all these homeless, disgusting fucks in front of Trump Tower? Get these fucks out of here. They don't deserve to be around here. Yeah, Ivanka.
Why don't you worry about Pennsylvania, Jason, and your current situation?
Can I light my cigarette here? No. No.
I can't believe there's still people like this. Like, they'll smoke whatever you give them. A cigarette, cigarella. Like, I knew like 15-year-olds that were like this because they weren't of age to buy normal cigarettes. So they would just smoke whatever, that was left over that, in the bargain bin. But Jason will do it because he has not their donations probably.
Thank you, Jesus. I lit my cigarette. Cigar. They're harder to light.
Now, does Jason not inhale either, or is that just Shannon?
So Trump, you piece of shit, Antichrist motherfucker, my bloodline might be dead, but you're deader than dead. Second death. Fuck you for deceiving me, Alex Jones, and a lot of fucking people. Fuck Trump.
Dude, again, what does that have to do with with all the other things that he was talking about? All right. I think that's it for today. I was just gonna look on posts. Here, all right, go back to this. If you care about Shanny Lives, you should watch this video. Oh yeah, that Chris. I don't know. I really, I try to stay out of this side stuff because remember, guys, just because people have some side drama stuff doesn't mean any of this is fucking true. People, there's a lot of mentally ill in the community. You gotta. I'm not saying she's mentally ill, but there is a lot of mentally ill, and you always gotta. You always gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, like seriously, this is what Jason thinks is gonna happen. That she's gonna be out here scavenging the way that he is. He already broke a rule. You can't drink. But that's it. I'll leave you guys with that. This lasting image of Shanny with the moo that the last moo that hasn't ripped yet that stinks. Her walking around with bags, looking for whatever garbage. Like it's a different dynamic when you're like got 400 or 500 pounds on Jason. And you're not gonna be able to do this, but you know what? Like I said, I guess we will see. And with that, guys, thank you for hanging out with me this Monday. I'll see you next Monday. Have a great rest of your day. And that's it. If you can leave a like on the way out, I would appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. God bless. And remember, it's only the internet. Don't take it serious. Bye-bye, guys.